Hello and welcome to another episode of the Untold. This is the show where we bring extraordinary people on this very chair outside view of the cameras, where we talk to them about their experiences, their journeys, their life, and however ways they got here. I'm your host, Abdullah Al-Hindiani. I'm joined by my colleague.
Marzuq Saeed, and this is the Untold, the show that's all about great talents and great stories. And I think our story today is kind of unique, or it's the one of its field here in the Untold.
Yeah, honestly, it's one of the fields that I'm really excited to talk to about, because I have a passion for cameras, I have passion for movies, film, the way they were shot. And for today's episode, we have Alhudaib, who is a content creator, digital creator, director of photography, cinematographer. Mashallah, the words associated with cameras are endless and they all associated with him.
A multi-talented guest with inspiration story that started during Corona. If you would like to know more about it and you have passion for videography, then this episode is gonna be very important for you, so don't miss it. Some stories start with a camera, some stories start with a feeling, and some of them start with unexpected memory. But our guest today, he excels in both, in camera and also when it comes to feeling. He has a renowned name in the art or in the field of camera and filmmaking. Please welcome with me with enthusiasm, Mr. Badr Alhudaib.
Thank you so much for the kind words, and thank you for having me here today and this beautiful welcome.
Of course, our pleasure. And before we dive into the stories, I would like to ask you this. Usually behind the camera, now you're in front of camera, how does that feel?
I feel what the actors or the models feel now. Usually I stress on them. I stress why are they not acting correctly. But now I definitely understand.
So now we're gonna have more patience in the
Yeah.
future.
Or
That's cool.
you're probably going to be more angry at them because you're like, I've already been in your seat. And if I could do it,
It's good.
you guys are professionals.
It could go both ways.
Yeah.
It could go both ways. This or this, 100%.
Yeah. So I'd like to reaffirm my welcoming to you on the show, and I'd like to go on the beginning. Like, I want to ask you, how did your interest in video production start?
So it started unexpectedly, to be honest. It started in Corona when we were on lockdown and I had nothing to do. I remember I watched a video on YouTube and it was a huge, it hit me differently because the video was just beautiful, but it was shot in a bedroom.
In a bedroom.
Yeah, so
Like with the low quality or maybe like low equipment.
Is
it
it the Inside? Do you remember that one?
inside what?
It was the video called Inside, where this comedian made a video entirely inside his home,
I don't remember what the video is.
Yeah.
Today I don't remember what
where
the
he was singing by himself and doing like crazy, all in his apartment.
I don't think so. I think it was the video to do with a guy that's trapped in his room, and what got me engaged was the transitions used. So he was using very slick and smooth transitions.
yeah.
So it just attracted me. How did he do this? Like I'm watching it, I'm engaged in it. This is amazing. I want to do this. And then that's where it started. I just, I remember I used to dirt bike. So I had a lot of GoPro footage. So I took all my GoPro footage and I was editing it. And then gradually I started to get better at editing. And then one thing led to another. And then I suddenly finished all of my GoPro footage. So I was like, what do I do now? So I went in, I grabbed my phone, started filming our garden, filming my dad. I remember I called in my maid or nanny. I was like, hey, cook. I'm gonna film you cooking, She's cutting the tomatoes. I'm trying to do those transitions that I saw.
Zooming in, zooming out.
Everything.
That's really cool, creative. It's like shooting like a vlog.
Basically, 100%. And then just one thing led to another, and I just loved it. I loved it.
And that's really interesting. Like you remember, Abdullah, like during Corona, even though it was kind of bad times, but it was also like a chance for a lot of people to discover their passion.
Yeah, there was a lot of creativity because I remember there was the videos, the stop motion videos, where people were filming from the ceiling on them, and then they would do like sports in stop motion.
I saw that.
Like the surfing.
Yeah.
So there's
I
a
saw
lot
that.
of creativity
I saw that.
Yeah.
That's the beautiful part about it. It's a canvas.
Yeah.
There's nothing. There's no right or wrong.
Yeah.
You
Of
just
course.
paint whatever you want.
And when you like kind of started and gradually becoming like better at it, was there like a direction or like a field that drew you even more
No, I went with the flow.
with the flow?
I just went with the flow.
Shooting everything.
Everything, because when you start, you don't know what the rules are.
Yeah.
You just shoot. In your head, you don't know what lighting is. You don't know what composition is. You don't know
How to
anything.
use maybe some apps or
to
like montaging apps or
I
like,
remember I used the app called Filmora. Filmora is a very basic app. It's what equals to Windows Movie Maker. If you guys
Oh,
know Windows
yeah,
Movie
yes.
Maker. And to
classic one.
which
Yeah.
generation are you guys?
I made my school project in Windows Movie Maker.
It's the
That's
same.
how old I am.
It's
Yeah.
the same thing. It's the same concept. And
Yeah.
actually, it's very simple, straightforward. And I was working on it, and I excelled in it. And I remember my friend, he had a little bit of knowledge, and he never shot anything, but he had a little bit of knowledge on Adobe.
Okay.
Adobe is like the huge monster,
Basically, this is the
like
king.
the mother of all montaging programs.
100%. So he called me and he was like, "Why don't you try Premiere? Shoot in Premiere." I looked at him. I was like, "No, that's too professional for me. You know, I'm shooting with my phone. It's too professional." It's like, "Try it. I have a subscription. I don't use it. Give it a shot." And I did. I gave it a shot, and I'm thankful for him.
Are you still using it?
Sulaiman Al-Khlayfi, I'm thankful for him.
Well, thank you,
Shout out
Salman
to Sulaiman.
Yeah, I'm thankful for him. I moved. I did use it for the longest time. Then I moved to DaVinci Resolve.
I was just gonna say because I used to do a little bit of montages,
Yeah.
but I always tried to go outside of what was popular. So I was on first Sony Vegas, and then I went to DaVinci.
DaVinci is the best.
It's the
I
best.
haven't tried Vegas. I haven't tried Vegas.
I think they stopped Vegas entirely.
Yeah, I haven't heard anyone who used it for a while.
Well, this was like 10 years ago. So
Yeah. You are a very
It-
old
yeah.
generation.
You know why I did it? Because back in my university, I used to edit movies, especially like movies that are two parts.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
I remember like Kill Bill 1 and 2. I used to make them to one movie.
Oh,
And then I
nice.
tried to do the same for Star Wars, and
Nice.
that's why I got into editing for some time.
Nice.
Seems like we're all in the same field then.
Yeah,
100%.
Can you guess like the first program that I worked in?
the first program you worked.
Windows
For my-
Movie Maker.
No, it was like After Effects.
Is it the garage?
I just like jumped to the hugest and hardest
That's
app.
that's a tough one. That's
It's a
very
tough one.
Yeah. After Effects needs like proper expertise, knowledge.
Exactly.
To me, After Effects is like next level. But the beautiful thing about DaVinci is it combines everything.
It's for everything.
It has After Effects, it has Premiere, it has a crazy platform for
Filters.
coloring on it is
Yeah,
beautiful.
coloring is the best.
It's beautiful on DaVinci.
It's also the most used, I believe, software in Hollywood. So if it's good for Hollywood, it's good for your everyday
Yeah,
usage.
Hollywood use it for coloring mainly,
Yeah,
but they use Premiere for the editing process.
yeah,
Speaking out of fairness, Premiere is the better option to edit,
yeah.
but DaVinci is the better option to color.
Color.
But I got used to DaVinci to do everything. So to me, I'm done with Premiere. I canceled my Adobe prescription. خلاص, and I'm with.
And now with CapCut coming, what do you think of that?
I'm not a CapCut guy. I'm not a CapCut.
Not a big fan.
No, I'm an intense editor.
Intense editor.
I like the PC. I like the feel of the PC.
Like the engines and everything going on and the capacity, the GPU.
100%.
That's what gets you in the mood.
100%.
Sometimes when you are working on like a project, there are some people who already been in the same field that you could get some inspiration from them. So for you, was there like a role model?
I think later on I did get a role model. Yeah, I have two role models in this field. Allah يذكرهم
Like
بالخير.
Middle East or like European or like
No, they're Kuwaiti.
Kuwaiti?
Both of them are Kuwaiti. Aziz Al-Jasmi and Mohammed Al-Nashmi. These two are the top to me. Their work is unique. They're two different types of works, but both of them hit the platform in a very unique way, and they know how to solidify their work.
Yeah.
It stands out 100%.
Well, shout out to them, obviously.
100%. Yeah, shout out to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you did mention that when you started, those are kind of your influences. So I want to hone in on that point. Do you remember the first video you worked on?
Personally, yeah. Yeah, I do. It was my maid, the one that I just talked about.
Oh, the cooking.
Yeah, cutting the tomatoes. I'm following her movement with the knife, and then I pull the camera, and
And
then
then all of a sudden, up and down like this.
she's doing this with the tomatoes, and I'm filming them up in the air. It wasn't a bad video, صراحة. It wasn't a
Yeah,
bad
and
video.
honestly, filming cooking videos is so hard because I try to do that. You know, I like to cook in my spare time, and I try to do the cooking. One thing that caught me off guard is the steam and the bukhar.
Yeah,
It just completely ruins everything. I
Like
was like,
make it
how are
kind of blurry sometimes.
yeah, it makes everything blur. I was like, how are they doing these videos?
just zoom 70 to
So you put
200.
the camera way far away and then just zoom in.
Yeah, use a zoom then. Use a zoom then.
Well, those are the tricks of the trade.
Yeah.
So when you first beginning shooting your video, did you use like a camera or a phone?
I used the phone. I started off with a phone, and I was doing my best to make things look nice. But at that time, my phone wasn't great.
Okay.
But to me, it was wow. You know, it's something new to me. Wow. And when the lockdown opened up, I went and got a very small Sony camera.
Yeah.
Because in lockdown, nobody spent any money. So
Exactly,
our
yeah.
bank accounts was just, you know, it was,
And selling prices are kind of up, you know.
yeah. The amount of money I was saving was really good. You
Yeah.
know, as soon as lockdown came out, I was like, I'll buy this little camera. It was like 600 KD. And I started using it. I started working on it, and I learned it. I think it was a very good base for me to learn the settings of a Sony camera or any camera, exposure, ISO, f-stop, shutter. Like that was the biggest period of my field where I learned, and I had so much information put into me.
Yeah. So before all of the, you know, all of the antics and all of this turned into, let's say, a hobby and then into a profession, have you always like tried filming stuff, like even as a kid for family gatherings, going out? Have you tried, you know, shooting stuff, or was it just random during COVID period?
I mean, I like like today it wasn't expected. I didn't expect myself to be where I am. As a kid, I did have a little Casio camera, but I was doing small sketches in my room. I would do sketches, you know, like I would act like I'm the good guy, and then I'd go dress up and I'd act like the bad guy, and I'd just put a little thing together.
But in a way, this is like, it's similar to shooting, right? Because you're basically visualizing stuff.
Yeah, but I never thought
It's like storyboarding.
a little bit.
It's like the breadcrumbs, you know.
It was more like عشوائي. It was more like
Random.
random. Yeah, it was very random. And then that was in middle school, and then I came to high school, and I dropped the camera.
You know, that could segue into our break, you know, with a little bit of fun message, is that if you can't find someone to do it for you, just do it yourself, right? And with that, we're going to take a quick break and we'll come right back.
And we are back, our dear friends, with our creative digital creator, Badr Alhudaib. Welcome again to the show.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
So, Badr, like during your process of learning about camera, sometimes it could be very challenging, you know, especially there's a lot of things to learn, a lot of techniques. Was there like a moment where you felt like giving up?
Yeah. It's nothing to do with the technique or anything. It's something to do with a certain client. I signed my first contract, and it was a year long. And the client had zero creative skills. And I respect everybody I work with, and I respect their input and their opinion. But personally, when my creative side gets damaged because the person I'm working with is pushing me down, and in the long term, it does affect you. It does affect you in a bad way, and you do end up disliking the job. So I think
the result that you will get.
Yeah, and it was very basic results. I would give ideas, like creative ideas, but they wouldn't believe in my ideas.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they were imagining. They didn't have the imagination
The creative part that you have,
at all.
or
They
seeing it
couldn't-
from your own perspective.
They're very basic. They're very basic, and with time, you kind of feel heavy to go and do the shoot, and you just end up disliking it. And I think towards the end of that 1 year, I was slowly trying to give up. So towards the end of the year, I just did not renew my contract.
You know, Abdel, like a situation like this, some people will be like, you know, just give him like the work and get your, you know, like paid and just leave him.
Yeah, I think for a lot of people, they don't realize that you're the expert. And, you know, I got to use your vision.
Yeah.
A lot of people have so much pride and ego. They're like, no, my vision is the one that's beautiful. And just, you know.
That's true. That's a huge issue I still face. So I'm very careful with who I work with because of that.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I'm in it for the love.
And
I
also
did.
your reputation. And
When I joined, I didn't know there was money. I didn't know there was gonna be any money involved.
Yeah.
My first client came to me. Is like, how much for a video? I was like, pay? Like, no, you won't pay anything. In my head, I'm stealing. In my head, I'm gonna rob him if he pays. So I did it for free. And then later on, someone else came. He was like, so how much is it for a video? I gave him the same answer. The third guy, I was like, wait, something is off. So I remember I had one of my friends, he was a portrait photographer. So I called him up. I was like, so do you charge? He's like, yeah, I charge. I was like, really? Is that not stealing? He's like, no, that's not stealing.
Why would
why
that be
did you think
considered
is
I didn't know you could make money out of it. I really had no idea. And
that you
then,
can make money out of camera or
Yeah.
like being a videographer?
I didn't know. I seriously did not know because of how much love I had to it. So imagine, I don't know if you guys play games. I don't personally play games, but imagine a gamer, a guy who loves games. He's a gamer all the time, and someone comes to me, he's like, how much do you charge if you play a game of Call of Duty for me? So, I'm not gonna charge you anything,
It sounds too good to be true.
right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna charge it. And then he put that mindset in me, that you can't make money out of it.
Because at the end, it's like your hard work, your hard creativity, and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then subhanAllah, things just escalated from there.
Alhamdulillah, yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
Start from the bottom, now we're here.
Still a long way to go, inshallah. Still a long way.
Inshallah. Well, we've looked at your profile, and mashallah, for a relatively short career, I'd say since Corona, it's like 5 years by now.
Yeah.
They are amazing, honestly. Some people have been doing this for decades, and they look like amateurs.
I appreciate
So, and I think that speaks to the volumes of your research when you got into it, because you said you immediately went and saw videos and stuff. Yeah, so props.
it. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Inshallah, there's more to come and better. I
Inshallah.
always strive to be better. Thank
And-
you so much.
Thank you. And I do want to segue into my next question, is that because you've had such a, I would say, colorful career by now, have you tried different, editing methods? Have you tried different techniques?
Yeah,
What worked, what didn't work?
I don't have a style.
Oh.
I have a rule. I will not have a style until I'm 40. I'm going to experiment.
Yeah.
Everything.
Everything. I want to experiment everything there is to do with styles of editing, with coloring, with storytelling. If you look at my portfolio, you're gonna realize no video is similar to the other.
Yeah.
They're all different. They're all different, and I strive to keep experimenting and finding something that I find fit and something that I find like I could call as my style. Like going back to AziadiQ8 Muhammad and Nashmi, the directors, they each have a certain style that when you watch a video, this is the
Their work.
I still am looking for that. I'm striving to find that.
And what you said reminded me of something back when, like 15 or 14 years ago, when I was studying, TV and radio. Our professor used to show us movies, and then they would tell us about rules
Yeah.
for the composition, the golden ratio, whatever, the rule of thirds. And then he played us a show called Mr. Robot. And then he said, this is an example of a show that breaks all of the rules. And then all of the class was like, Mr. Robot looks way better than the things that had rules. And then he was like, in order to break the rules, you got to know the rules first.
Sahih.
Exactly.
That is very true. I was gonna say that at some point.
Yeah.
In order to break the rules, you need to know the rules, and that's the most critical thing.
Regarding like rules and techniques, a field in videography, it sounds like a lot of challenges there and a lot of updates happening on daily basis, especially now within AI. So how do you keep yourself like updated and keep yourself like always in progress?
By just educating my eye. I keep looking at different people's work. I think in this field, it's like football. You have to practice. Obviously, in my field, you have to practice too. But people who like football, they watch football.
Yeah.
They look at football. They'll
Correct.
see how is he. Oh, look what he did. The same thing applies here. For me to educate my eye and be up to date, I just look at other people's work and I'll just be persistent. And I don't watch a movie like how anybody else watches a movie. I watch a movie, I would rewind it 200 times, because I'll be studying the light. Oh, look at the light. Oh, look at that movement. How did he do that movement? And then my brother is next to me, and I'll be like, yo, I'm sorry, I didn't watch it. Can we go back? I didn't hear anything, because I'm too focused on like the cinema or like the composition or the lighting and the colors. But I think educating your eye is what makes you always up to date on what.
Sometimes like there's like some trends that happen. Was there like a time where a trend in videography happened and you took it to implement it in your project or something? One time.
It was the Wes Anderson.
Wes Anderson.
Yeah, Wes Anderson one. I did it because he's a good director.
He's one of the most stylish directors
Yeah,
ever.
he's a good director. He's a really good director. He's all about symmetry, and I was like, yeah, I want to hop on this. You know, I want to hop on this trend, and I did.
Yeah,
I did.
he's amazing. Honestly, you know, if anyone's listening, just heard the name Wes Anderson, just check any of his work. Every shot is like a painting. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. It is. He knows how to use color. He knows how to use symmetry. He knows how to use. He's صراحة, he's one of the directors that really knows his work, and he created a new style.
Yeah, I mean, they call it Wes Anderson style, like because it's his, you know.
Yeah,
It's not
100%.
nobody else is like him.
صح.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So what was one of the lessons that you have learned from creating for only passion?
Consistency is key. Don't give up.
Yeah.
You will have some projects that you think they'd go one way, but they'd go the other way, and then people usually look at the result and they feel upset.
Yeah.
Why is it like this?
It's also like a muscle memory, right? It's like if you don't play football for so many years, you're not gonna come back and be Messi,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
If you leave shooting stuff for a lot of time, your vision, your eye, you know, your composition, it's not gonna be the same.
So you're gonna educate. You have to educate it. You have
Yeah.
to keep educating it.
It's
So I
become
think,
like a second nature.
yeah, I think the practice makes perfect, and there is no such thing as failing. You can't fail when it comes to creating personal projects. That's where you can experiment and try personal projects. At the end of the day, it's just for you. And if it doesn't go the way you want to, just take it as a lesson. Don't be upset. Don't
Give up.
Yeah, don't feel like, oh, halal. Some people, when it doesn't go their way, they're like, I don't want it. I don't want to do this, or I'm the type that just keeps trying. I don't give up.
Yeah.
It's really interesting, like how you got into photography or videography after really like a long period working like in a bank, and you know, it's not like you started from younger age.
Exactly.
Some people also like who are watching us right now, they think I should start at something when I was like at younger age,
Yeah.
not like later, because I will not be able to catch up with those who are in the same field that's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I was saying is that for you to start so early doesn't really relate to the fact that, you know, oh, you missed your chance. You know, a lot of people can start late and be
Successful.
successful.
Yeah.
Did that hit you like at some point of life? Like when you first started videography, did that hit you before you start listening?
I
Like,
think
hey, I'm still old, you know, like, no, it's not for me right now.
there's one thing that hits me now is where would I be if I started at a young age?
I mean, you know, I want to go back to a point because you talked about, you know, pursuing through failure. And I want to go a little bit more personal than that. Was there any moment that you were, I would say, close to giving up?
Yeah. I think we spoke about the client that I signed with.
Oh, the 1-year contract.
Yeah, he's
So-
the one that made me really hate the field, and I took it as a lesson to never sign a contract, and I just work based on project. If I like the project, I'll work with it.
So it's
No.
freelance, right? So that contract thing ended and then you went to freelance.
And then no, I have my own company. I have a
Oh,
production company, but I do not sign any long-term like 1-year contract. I would never do that. I would
Oh,
work
okay.
right now based on project. That's it. And the project needs to really, I need to really like the project.
Feel it.
Yeah, for me to work.
Feel the vision, like see it,
100%.
that you could add some personal touch to
Yes,
it.
yes, yes.
That's really awesome.
I don't take any project, and it's not that the project is not nice. Could turn out to be really nice, but everybody likes their certain
Field.
art.
Exactly.
So I look for the art that attracts me.
That's really cool. So what's one thing you say for someone who would like to grab a camera and start shooting?
Don't give up. Just grab it, go. Don't think, do it. Just do it and be consistent, be persistent. Don't ever think that you're gonna fail if something doesn't go your way. The more you try, the more you're likely to succeed, and there's no failures, it's just lessons.
Yeah.
Just do it.
You know, this reminds me of something. We were talking to the cameraman before the show, and then they said that your phone can capture anything. And it reminded me of David Cronenberg, if you know him. He's a Hollywood director. So he was saying that filmmakers now have all the resources.
Yeah.
You can have a phone and go do a movie. And so a lot of people were like, no, you can't do that. And then he shot an entire movie on his phone
Yes.
just to prove that point.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That
20
means there's no excuses.
Yeah.
28 years later.
Yeah, the movie was released.
It's all shot by the iPhone.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's more to it. They
Yeah.
attach
'Cause
cinema lenses.
I saw they attached so many phones together. They made a like.
Did you watch the movie?
I didn't watch the movie. I watched the behind the scenes, where the shot of the iPhones.
Wow.
Yeah.
You need to watch it to understand why they use this rig.
Oh, okay.
It's
Yeah.
like a rig of, I think, 15 or 30 phones.
Yeah, it was like surrounding the actor.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
semicircle.
Yeah.
And spoiler alert, it's they use it so when someone gets killed or like an action shot happens, the camera pauses here and you see the camera panning and it's as if time freezes,
Oh.
comes around here, and then you see the person being killed or the zombie.
Oh, that's a cool trick. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
You know, the thing that saddens me the most is that we've reached the end of our time, and just now we got into talking about movies, which if everyone on this program knows, I can spend hours talking about movies. But unfortunately, we do run out of time on this show. You know, this was amazing.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you for having me here, and it was great. It was
Of
absolutely.
course, thank you, Badr, and hopefully, inshallah, in upcoming episode, you're gonna talk more about videography and also creative projects that you will work on in the future. Wish you all the success. And now, dear viewers, we're gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna be back.
You know, unfortunately, that was the end of today's episode of The Untold. That was, I would say, another amazing episode.
It was indeed a lot of fun, a lot of ups and downs, and a lot of motivational moments.
Yeah.
How you were able to change your career into a passion that you would like to pursue.
Yeah, and honestly, I do want to apologize to Better because I keep, cutting him off. I keep, whenever he goes to a very, fun and engaging point, I have to cut him off the way we go into the breaks. But honestly, just because he had so much to say, he was so enjoyable to talk to, especially on the things that were, common between us.
Exactly, and it was really like amazing. Some of the cuts that you've been doing,
Yeah.
it really add to the episode itself, especially like when you mentioned some of expert people in the field and what they were doing during that time.
Yeah, and honestly, the audience don't know how much I kept annoying Better off camera, right? Talking to him about movies and everything. So yeah, amazing guest, amazing episode. And that was enjoyable.
It was really enjoyable. I hope our dear viewers enjoy it as well. Until next time, stay tuned, work on your passion, and see you later.